everyone, my name is Claire Yang and welcome back to Module 3 of our 7th to 8th grade video series. Today we're going to be talking about body paragraphs, and this really builds on from our last video about topic sentences. So your body paragraph is really an important stepping stone to furthering your argument, and by the end of this video you'll be able to understand the anatomy of a body paragraph as well as understand what it should and shouldn't include, and also be able to analyze an example. Before we begin, make sure to follow along with our 7th to 8th grade video series. It's linked on our website, and there are also notes and practice prompts available there as well. So first things first, let's talk about the anatomy of a body paragraph. So the anatomy of a strong body paragraph, or structure of a strong body paragraph, we can analyze using T. So what does T mean? T is essentially topic sentence, evidence, and analysis. So first let's start with topic sentence. This is essentially where you make your claim. So it tells your reader what the paragraph is going to argue and how that connects to your overall thesis or bigger idea. And again, like we said in the last video, think of it as a roadmap for your paragraph, and it's really able to set expectations for what you're going to talk about or what's coming next. The second part is evidence. So this answers the question, how did you arrive at your conclusion? The evidence can be in the form of a quote, paraphrased text or material, data, or an example from the text. And this is really where you prove your point instead of just stating it. And we have to remember that strong writing always shows, not tells. And finally, we have analysis. So this is the most important part. This is where you explain your evidence and how it supports your claim. So don't just assume that the readers will make the connection on your own. You need to kind of tell them what you're hoping that they can get out of the evidence. And this is really where your thinking and interpretation kind of show up in your writing. And so when you tie this all together, you can really understand that a topic sentence is what makes your claim, the evidence is what supports your claim, and the analysis is why it matters. And that's kind of the structure of a strong body paragraph using T. So now we're going to talk about body paragraph should and shouldn't. So a body paragraph should present a single one main idea, and this should be unified around one central topic that relates directly back to your essay's thesis statement. The second thing is that it should provide supporting evidence. So make sure you're using credible evidence like facts, examples, statistics, really credible evidence to back up and substantiate your claims. The third thing is it should include analysis. So don't just list your evidence and assume that the reader will understand. Make sure you're explaining how your evidence supports your main idea and your thesis, and this can really demonstrate critical thinking. So moving on to the shouldn'ts, your body paragraph shouldn't just introduce new or unrelated ideas, right? Try to avoid abruptly shifting to a completely new topic that's not foreshadowed by the topic sentence or your thesis. The second thing is it should not lack supporting detail. So a paragraph consisting of only a topic sentence or just general statements with weak evidence or without evidence at all is very unconvincing. And the third thing is it shouldn't be too long or too short. So while length obviously varies for the specific essay you're going to write, extremely short paragraphs are often underdeveloped, and excessively long ones can be very overwhelming, or maybe you can take it as a sign that you're containing too many or covering too many points in your body paragraph. A typical body paragraph should be 5 to 8 sentences. And now let's walk through an analysis of a body paragraph together. So at the top, you'll see the topic sentence, which is underlined and highlighted in blue. And this sentence really introduces, again, the main idea of the paragraph. So here we're arguing that Marx is critiquing capitalism by identifying its flaws, and this sentence is going to set up what the entire body paragraph is going to prove. Next, you'll notice that the green italicized sections, so these are the pieces of evidence that are taken directly from Marx's writing, and these quotations are really used by the student to support his claim. And you can see if you read that the quotes really describe how capitalism exploits workers, creates alienation, and really benefits the wealthy at the expense of the working class. And this evidence is very specific, and it directly supports our topic sentence. And now I want you to turn your attention to the yellow highlighted sections. So these are the student's analysis. And this is really where the student explains why the evidence matters. He doesn't just drop quotes in there and doesn't explain it. He really interprets them for the reader. And he explains how Marx shows that capitalism really harms workers, they isolates them from their labor, and it really deepens inequality. So this evidence and this analysis connects back to the main idea of the paragraph. And we can also notice that the student goes one step further. He doesn't just explicitly say that capitalism is wrong, but instead allows the reader to draw that and reach that own conclusion themselves. And this really shows deeper thinking, right, and helps strengthen that argument. So finally, the paragraph ends by reinforcing the idea that Marx believes awareness of these injustices will allow the working class to rise up and create change. This again brings the paragraph full circle, and it reinforces the original claim. So overall, this paragraph works because the topic sentence is able to introduce a clear claim. The evidence supports the claim with direct textual proof, and the analysis explains the meaning and importance of that evidence. So this is again a strong example of a body paragraph structure using the claim evidence analysis. Thank you so much for watching. With body paragraphs, as with writing in general, practice does make perfect. So that's why we've developed some practice prompts and provided on the worksheet in our website. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video series.